Greetings, Legionnaires, and welcome to another episode of the Disney Duo. I'm Jimmy, and this is...
I'm Katie! Look at my hat! Oh my god!
It's intense. Oh my
It
gosh.
is. It's really kind of heavy, too.
Would you actually wear that in the parks, though? On like a hot Florida
day?
day?
This was like the it of it. These were like the Mickey ears back in the day, and then they got, I think they might have a goofy one somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about it. The thinner ones. So that they're not as
You're not
intense.
answering the question. Would you answer it, or would you walk
This
around
was
that all day?
actually, it doesn't, it has, whatever this is, a mesh. It's fine.
So yes, you'd wear that all
I totally
day?
wear it, for sure.
Oh gosh, that might melt onto your skin.
I'm good for that.
Anyway, today we're talking about our favorite restaurants over in EPCOT. And before we started this today, we're talking about like maybe doing our favorite, restaurants in all of Walt Disney World. But it became kind of hard, and we're like, should we do like top 5? So we're going to keep it to top 3, because we'll be kind of specific with these videos, but eventually maybe we'll just do like a one where we do like our favorite restaurant in each park, like a top 4 then. But anyway, we're going from bottom to top, so 3, 2, then 1. Katie doesn't like doing bronze, silver, then gold, or recaps, so don't worry about it at the end if you're like, which ones did they say? You'll have to go back and rewatch the video. Anyway, Katie, which restaurant comes to mind first?
Le Cellier.
Le Cellier is number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Get out! I'm sorry. Anyway, this is your opinion. Why Le Cellier?
Well, I like steak, don't get me wrong. If you're going for the filet mignon and that's what you're going for, then I'm sure it's more on a top scale for people, but I purposefully get other items when I go there. Like, I got the soup when we went last time.
Okay.
And that was really good. Honestly, I'm really there just for the bread, so like,
What bread specifically?
The pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
The pretzel breadsticks, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and we had a little snafu the last time we went there with our waitress. She didn't want to give us any more bread.
She's, unfortunately, and I've said this a few times, I don't think it's her fault, but when you're at Disney and you don't have, like, the greatest service, it almost feels like there's something wrong. Like, because at a restaurant, like a normal chain, if this would have happened, I would have been like, yeah, I expect them to. Basically, her response was when we're like, hey, can we get some more bread or some more pretzel bread? She kind of hesitated.
Yeah.
And she seemed kind of put out by it. And again, that's not like, we've been there other times with great service and never had a problem. So.
Yeah, and I wonder sometimes too, and of course we're like nice people, so we'll say, oh, maybe there was something else, or people had gone in there pretty frequently just for like a really light lunch where they just bought, soup, which is still $13 a bowl. But you go in there and you just fill up on bread, and I'm sure that might be what they see frequently, and that might be the norm.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, bread. Great. They actually have, and I'm not a huge fan typically of like creme brulee, but I will say that the creme brulee there is phenomenal.
Did you get the poutine?
I didn't.
We didn't get poutine.
I think Joe got poutine.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm showing you guys footage of that right now.
Yeah, our friend Joe got poutine, and then I think Haley, our other friend, got soup as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and it's like a kind of like a baked potato soup, I think.
It was like a cheese?
Or
I thought it was like a cheese. Like a beer cheese?
Or something. It was good.
It was
either
good.
way.
It was good. I liked it. It's number 3, but I don't remember what it was.
What's your number 3?
Oh, so for me, it's a place that I haven't been to in a super long time, but a place that I adore and really want to go back to, but that is the Garden Grill. Something that isn't in World Showcase, where all the really crazy restaurants are, but Garden Grill is really interesting to me because not only is it kind of like a family-style eatery, as it were, but it slowly rotates, not too much to make you sick, which I like. But it also overlooks one of my newfound loves of living with the land. So I was gonna say, this is probably on your list, twin sister over here, probably. We'll see. But anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate how that is like a little attraction in and of itself. It feels kind of like old school EPCOT, where it's like attractions upon attractions upon attractions that are trying to be like entertaining but educating, and a lot of the food comes from living with the land as far as the produce goes.
Yeah,
that's really interesting to me. And it's like a character dining meal now, or a character like meal, and that's kind of crazy to me. And I think I love seeing, like, I'm not a huge fan of that, because as I've gotten older, like, I start to realize, like, who Mickey really is, right? Like, not in a bad way for anybody who watches, but like, I love watching Mickey in his little overalls.
Oh my gosh!
And he's
so
got like a
cute.
little plaid shirt, and like there's Pluto and Chip and Dale are there.
They're
I don't know.
Dress up like little farmers.
Yeah, it's quaint, and I really think that experience is something I want to go back to. And I've heard that the food recently has been really good there as well, and I've watched a bunch of videos on it, and I just want to go back, and I just like it. I think it's really cool. I want to go there.
for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your number 2?
The Biergarten.
Biergarten.
The Biergarten.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, you betcha.
Shout out to
No,
Sven.
that was totally missed on it.
Sven.
Sven, I know.
We love you, Sven. I don't know if you'll see this, but anyway,
Love
go
Sven.
on.
It's just so fun. We met a really close family. Well, he's family, yeah.
Fam.
Brother, actually an employee that worked there. How old were you? Like 10 or 11, maybe?
Yeah, and he was like 18 or 19.
He was just a baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we were babies too, but he asked us to color a picture of Snow White and Prince Charming, correct?
Yes, and he said, bring it back to me.
Bring it back to me. And then we found out that when he had said that to a lot of other people, they didn't end up bringing it back, or maybe they did, but for some reason
He liked us.
Liked us and the family and connected, and we've known him ever since. So
But besides that, they also have good food.
they do, and there's obviously a really cool ambiance to it, and the food is fantastic. And then they have a dinner and a show. So
I was wondering if we count
Hoi,
this as
hoi, hoi.
it is a sit down. Yeah,
It
tiki-taki,
is.
tiki-taki, oi, oi, oi.
yeah.
But it's a buffet.
And I love me some buffets.
You can talk a little louder. 'Cause
I love me some buffets.
Okay, let's say later on I'm trying to edit this. It'll be like, like people are gonna be like, she said she loved something about it.
Jimmy loves buffets too, don't you, Jimmy?
Oh, you know me. I'm the first one there. I'm like, that's the best line of the day. You know, I'm like waiting out there. Everybody's going to Frozen. I'm like, forget that. Show me the beer garden.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so fun.
Garden. Yeah, I do. I like it too.
So good.
It's a little weird. I think it's better if you're an adult for a few different reasons. Obviously, you're going to partake more in the Bia of the Bia garden.
Yeah.
Like that kind of that atmosphere, which is a little bit like the Mexico Pavilion, where you go and it's at night.
Yep.
And they have, but the polka band there, which is something you don't get at the Mexico Pavilion. That's fun.
It is fun.
But the food is a little more. I don't know. You if you're not grown up on it, we didn't grow up on it. Like for a while, I was like, I don't really want like, Wiener Schnitzel and sausage and all this other stuff.
Well, it's because it's authentic.
Yeah,
Or like
a little
attempting to
more-
be like an American authentic. And so
Yeah.
I think if you're not, a big fan of German food, you probably won't like it. But I think that there's something for everybody. And they
Yeah.
do have American food in amongst the buffet.
Well, they've got like a guy who's always slicing
Yeah.
ham or roast beef or something.
And I'm
like,
pretty sure they have like chicken tenders and stuff for the kids. So
Yeah.
check it out. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
You're really going there not just for the food, but you're going there for the experience and being with family. Because you sit down at like tables, big ones, and not during COVID, obviously, but before that, you would sit down maybe with other people you didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Which is kind of cool because then you got to talk to people. Some people really don't like that, and I get it.
Yeah, if you don't like sitting with strangers, you really hate it.
I guess I haven't gone to Walt Disney World solo. If I ever did, though, I would love to do that and just sit at a big family and just like kind of I would get ingratiated. I'd be like, how's it going, guys? And they'd be like, who are you here with? I'd be like, I'm by myself. How you doing?
I just wanted to,
I got a fast pass for Tetris Track in like 2 hours.
Let's sit down and eat with some strangers. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, beer garden.
How are you?
Great. I was thinking about beer garden, but it's not my top 3, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
It could almost be, but this is where it should be. Le Cellier. Le Cellier should be at least at number 2. Now, there are a lot of people out there who are either going to be like, yeah, this place is the greatest, or this place is overrated. And for me, as a steak connoisseur, someone who absolutely adores steak and filet mignon, I think it's really good there. I think it's really, really solid.
Yeah.
It might be one of the best steaks, I think, on property that I've had. And one of the last times I was there, the time before I was with you, I went in there and my server was chill. And she went up to me, she asked me if I want a drink, and I brought over a super lemon ramune from Japan. And I was like, do you mind if I drink this with my meal? And she's like, oh, that's totally fine. So I was like, I had like a little Japanese drink in Canada. It was great. But the pretzel bread is incredible. You want like almost, not that I'll eat the wheat or the multigrain.
The sourdough's pretty bomb.
Sourdough's pretty good, but like all I want is the pretzel. It's so good.
Yeah, you kind of just want to ask him, like, why are you bringing out this other stuff?
Yeah, I'm like, just...
I get it.
And what they tell you is it's supposed to be different tastes of the different territories, I think.
I just want the pretzel territory.
Yeah, exactly, whatever territory that is. But the salted butter is very good, too. But getting back to what I want to talk about, which is the steak, and I usually get it... I stopped doing, like, the risotto. I like to do, like, a mashed potatoes underneath, like a base.
I've heard that the risotto is still really good, though, if you like that kind of food.
I'm just not into that texture.
Yeah.
Personally. But
yeah, you got mashed potatoes instead, and that was pretty lit.
yeah, and I remember having that steak and like having you guys. I don't know if you guys tried it. I know Joe did, and Joe was like, when we got to Sanaa, he's like, this steak is just as comparable. I'm like, no, it's not. The Le Cellier steak, there's something about it, and also the atmosphere there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the first restaurants I've been there when I was a kid that feels like I'm not at a theme park anymore. Like you're going down into this literal like fancy wine cellar in Canada, and it feels like you've been transported out. It's very calm and relaxed. There might be families there, but everybody's kind of chill. The lighting's a little dimmer. It's wonderful. It's really nice. And most of the people there, before all this stuff happened, all the people there were from Canada. We're from Minnesota, so a lot of them, they sound like us, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're from Minnesota, and so we kind of have like, little brothers and sisters to the north. That's what I always call them. Yeah. Like, hi guys. So also I just love going into that pavilion. I know it's not part of it, but for me it is. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
Le Cellier.
Yeah,
I love it. It's great. All right.
I know for a fact we're gonna have the same one for top, and I want to almost cry talking about it. I think about it as a fond memory of my entire life.
You're talking about San Angel over at the Mexico pavilion. Cancel the chips. Sorry.
Takumi-tei. Oh my gosh, it is.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Ayumi!
Ayumi!
Ayumi was or what would we call her? Not even...
An angel?
Yeah.
Okay, Ayumi was our server.
Our server, and...
From Japan. This nicest lady.
I don't even know.
Wanted to know why I knew the language. She was like, remember when she asked me that? It was pretty point blank. She was like serving us one point. She's like, why do you know Japanese? And I was like... Should have been like, Ayumi. No, she was...
Ayumi.
I loved it. Anyway, sorry, continue. This is your number one. Who knows what mine will be?
I already know what yours will be.
If it wasn't this, I'd be an imposter.
I feel like all four of us when we ate there, and I shouldn't speak for Joe and Haley, but I feel like when we went to eat there, that all of us had kind of like a minor out-of-body experience. Like when we ate the food, because like there was a point in... when I was eating the sushi, because I got like this beautiful plate, and maybe Jimmy can show a picture of this when I'm talking about it, or we can find something, stock image of it, but it basically came out, and I think the plate was $33 or something, and it came with like a decent amount of sushi, and it was a rice ball, and then it had different types of sushi on top, and it was, first of all, the experience when you walked in, it was so calm and quiet, like, especially when you're in Disney World, there's just like so much going on. So you go inside and it's just crazy. But anyway, the food was fantastic. It was plated beautifully. The drinks, the room. We were in the paper room. Yeah. So that was lovely. And I had cheesecake and it was great. And I want to go back there every day for the rest of my life. Thank you. Bye.
Great number one pick. I'm going to have to counter. No. So, yeah.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
That's what Katie said. So... it's Takumi-tei is number one for me, for people who don't know. Takumi-tei, I don't even want to tell you about this place because I want to keep it secret and keep it safe. Kind of like, Frodo did with the ring for a little while. And I loved it so much. It was a whole experience, and we're talking about making a full video on it. We might.
Yeah.
And like kind of detail and show you everything again. But you can actually watch the vlog of it too if you want to see it. But, which we haven't linked. I should say that too, because when I point at it, it's like, people, what is he doing? Yeah, you can watch that. Anyway, it was the best meal of my life. It was just the best meal of my life.
There's not many things you can say about it. It's just that good.
It made me tear up. I know you said that you teared up with the cheesecake. I don't know if you actually did, though.
I teared up when I eat your steak.
So I want to get to that. So we're talking about like the best steaks, and I don't know if you can consider Wagyu to be a steak because I think it transcends explanation. Basically, is the most tender meat I've ever consumed in my whole life. And there's these little strips of it, and I was using the chopsticks to really take my time with it. And I had everybody else try it, even though like Haley was like, I don't want to take this away from you. Like, no, please, I want to share this with you. That's how much I loved it.
Yeah, it was incredible.
The whole experience, and I had like this fun like fruity drink with it too, and it was just so chill. And again, like Le Cellier didn't feel like we were in a theme park anymore, and we missed the fireworks because of it, but I was totally fine with it. I was like, I could stay here for a long time. And I also got like a special... like almost private little tour from our waitress to like see the rest of the place. She like took me around to all these places. I wanted to see the chef because I thought the chef did an incredible job and everybody loved their meal. Like we went to Sanaa the next night and that was more of like a communal, like we're doing the bread service together. This was more of like Katie said, we're all just kind of sitting there like eating these things and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is I will never...
Indescribable, really.
I'll never go to Walt Disney World again and not go to Takumi-tei.
I will never go to Disney World again and not go to Takumi-tei and purposefully sit down and have the 2 or whatever hour session.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hour tea session.
Just go. You have tea and they'll make your food and it's like I don't know how many course meal it is, but
yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. But anyway, Takumi-tei, the best one, for sure. I love it so much. Anyway, what are yours from Epcot? What are your favorite places? Are there any that we didn't talk about today that are like, wow, I can't believe we didn't talk about, the French restaurants or whatever.
Rose and Crown
or something like that. Honorable mention. We gotta get that in. Or like other ones that you think we would enjoy, or your favorites. Honestly, your favorite ones, and what's your favorite like meal from them? Because honestly, we want to talk to you in the comments about it, because like we love talking about Disney stuff, obviously. So yeah, thank you guys. If you want to support us, consider checking out. We've got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got an Amazon affiliate link if you want to buy stuff on Amazon through there. It helps out the show. You can share us around. That helps the most. But we also have a Patreon, and $5 and up patrons get to have their name here at the end. So thank you to all those patrons. Thank you guys for watching this. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Until next time, just remember to adapt
and overcome.
Bye.
Bye.